Everything is currently now starting to be recorded, and boobs.
Boobs.
That's it.
Movies!
I have started the broadcaster, though, on the Reels. All right.
All right, cool. I'm here for it.
Let's gently nudge this pig into the starting position. Hello and welcome to the Ilderon Tales. Oh god. My camera is currently living its best life. There it is. Okay, it's just a dog stream tonight.
Murders!
Hold on. There we go.
There's
Everything you're going to see is live storytelling and jank ass broadcasting shit.
Live doggy telling.
Yeah. This is the Blades of Balance, Saga 1, Session 10 of their campaign. We have a full party tonight, and we're playing Tales and Twists, and if you're under the age of 14, stop, talk to your parents, because you're going to see inappropriate content tonight. And you are going to hear boobies said several times in this session.
More times than is necessary.
Yeah, but I mean, there is also never enough. Hey cutie, can you not do this literally right when I start stream? Okay, hold on. I'm so sorry. She just lost her rawhide. Here. There you go. Now be cute in the background. Thank you. Whew. Okay, let's jump straight into the recap for last session because it's been a hot second since we played. This group is currently in the nation of Morzia. Their ultimate goal is to create new great spirits of nature that can grow and change and become the protectors of the nation, and replace the ones that are currently mostly unthinking elementals that are struggling to understand the human world. In that, they've ran into some hiccups. That fuck-ass Gorbin and some other things have been going on, and they've been traveling all around the region. Currently, they are in a place called... they are just east of a place called Makiba. And they came here to get a one of their ancestral blades known as a Blade of Balance. And these blades are helpful because the spirits of the nation recognize the wielders of the blades as friends. That said, you guys just got the Blade of Love, Melgeth's side, from the elemental known as Grith Stone of Heart, who gave it to you because you had the potential to show love even to the people you disagreed with. After a harrowing fight on a mountainside, you guys were able to find some common ground with one of your enemies, a former student of the monastery, a lady by the... or a lady, a kid, she's 19, so assume what you want, by the name of Kakalin, and she is traveling with you back to Makiba, a task successful, and you guys have 3 party members to pick up in Makiba who you left behind to do some of the bureaucratic work. The last you heard of them, the job was going pretty boring. Sable and the current counselor were getting along very well, and they were both gigantic nerds. I don't know why I'm recalling all of this on the top of my head. I took notes. Kakalin gave Sai berries and tended to his wounds. Kakalin made illusions of Sai to show Sai all the things she experienced. Ahiro, Kenjiro, and Shirogane went to the summit to talk with Grith. Grith discussed how he would be flawed in action, as his friend fell in love with her enemy. Shirogane dropped some bombs in all caps. If
Did
love
I?
and
I thought I failed. I thought I bombed hard.
if love and hope can help me, they can help the world. Um,
What? I
Grith,
was dropping bombs. Damn, Pastor.
right? That's what I said. I don't know why I'm recalling this off my top of my head. I took notes. Grith let them know only 2 people have earned his trust, Sai and Kakalin. Miyuki and Kinjiro found Sai and Kakalin and told them they can get the blade. Sai took the blade of love. You guys learned some stuff from E. A timeline of the manipulation. You learned why Kakalin and Gorbin are doing what they're doing, more so than just channeling rage and hatred and pain at the people who caused it. They are trying to take control of their people and their fate. There is an outside force working against your nation. Veldar was going to have Gorbin spread a plague. Veldar radicalized Gorbin, who radicalized his lackeys. Veldar wanted to cause problems in Morzia to help his faction take over the Silver Sigil. Gorbin was supposed to delay and cause problems until Veldar... I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said plague. Until Veldar started strategically deploying a curse. Or I think that was actually supposed to be plague. I'm just going to remove that. Gorbin, rather than be pawns on a chessboard for bigger extra world problems, he not only got one up on you guys, but got one up on Veldar and caused Veldar to run for the hills, reorganizing his plans. You guys are in a race against the clock now, not only against Gorbin, but also potentially for whatever was coming down from Veldar. That said, Kakalin has not renounced her quote-unquote evil ways. She just is no longer being an obstacle for you guys. She still believes that the path forward for Morzia is change and not to just do the old thing but better. Which is what kind of Kakalin and Gorbin believe, is that you guys are creating new punching bags for another 1,000 years. That said, we are going to start on the night of the 4th of Shield. Your caravan has packed up and is headed down Grith's Vigil. I don't know why this picture disappeared. Oh, it's still there. Okay. It's headed down.
Would anyone
Grith's...
like to trade places with... Sorry.
Go ahead.
I'll wait.
No, go ahead.
No, I wanted to say... Because Shirogane is usually one of the people on the side riding a horse, so he's like, does anyone want to trade spots with me? I would really like to do some night drinking on the, whatever it's called. I really want to get drinking.
Don't drink and ride. I'll do it.
The wagon. The wagon.
Thank you.
I'll get on the horse.
Shirogane is gonna stuff himself in the wagon. 99 gourds of liquor on the wall. 99 gourds of liquor.
All right.
So make me break your liquor bottles. I will.
It's evening.
You guys are on the path back to Makiba and headed down the mountain. It is the night of the 4th of Shield, and your wagon is just
Full of life.
just chugging along. What would you like to do, if anything at all?
I'll ask Miyuki how the what was happening when she left them, like the other group with the scroll keepers and Sable.
Shadow, are you good to answer that, or do you want me to refresh your memory?
I wasn't there for that session.
No,
Yeah.
this happened off screen. Your Miyuki was
screen,
Yeah,
like-
I was like,
yeah.
why are you asking Shadow to recount something she was not
No.
here for?
For her to make it up.
Technically, Miyuki
I
was.
can.
Oh,
I-
that's huge.
I
Yeah.
can make it up. I can make it up.
So, you can make it up, but things I do
Hmm.
want to just put as fact.
Hmm.
And you are free to lie as much as you want. Sable and the counselor got along. They are both nerds. And they got off topic several times. The counselor asked to read the Scroll of the Great Truth. Ray is allowed to let people read it at her discretion. Her job is to protect it from being damaged or destroyed. And the lady was reading it, and Sable and her were discussing it. It was incredibly boring.
And that's what she is exactly tells him.
Tells me. Yeah, okay. It's like it was incredibly boring. Like,
It was
Oh.
incredibly boring.
okay.
I could have left ages ago, but I had to babysit the freaking damn idiots.
Okay. That's all I had. I was just
Okay.
curious.
Okay.
Shiro is like halfway watching off the back of the cart as they're trucking along. So if he, I can roll like a perception, just to be like, is that just me being drunk, or is that shapes moving into darkness?
Would you have it? There is a shape moving in the darkness. As it very quickly becomes not darkness. A lady lights a lantern as you guys are coming down the mountain. She finishes kneeling at the altar. That's not the word I want. There's an area of offerings that have been set up at the base of the mountain for Griff.
Shrine.
There we
Shrine.
go. There we
I
go.
love that.
She stands up from kneeling, lights her own lantern, and starts heading towards the city before noticing you guys. She'll watch you guys coming down the mountains, and you're moving a good little bit faster than her, who is on foot. She does not wait for you and starts heading towards town, but there is that moment where, imagine you guys are walking someplace and there's somebody in front of you who's walking slower. There is an inevitable length of time where you guys will soon be together for a period.
Heroes all.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No. It's my turn to be kind. Somebody else last time told me to go ahead. Now I gotta tell somebody to go ahead.
Yeah, fuck you. Oh, I will. I guess when we're near or passing in the same like area of each other, I'll just say good evening.
She'll look up at you and say, "Hail, Ilderon," and waves. She has a giant backpack on her back, and her lantern is on a walking staff. You went up
Okay,
the
she's
mountain?
just walking, not on a horse.
Yeah,
Oh.
yes.
Yeah. Yes, we just came back.
How many times did Grith throw you off?
once.
At least once. Shiro's back still remembers the pain.
We died. It's not canon anymore, but we died.
Did you get the chance to absorb his wisdom?
You could say. It was almost mutual.
I've always quite found him to be an asshole. My favorite asshole, though.
Thank God somebody else gets it.
Are you headed to Makiba?
We are. Been a long day. It sounds redundant asking, but I'm assuming you yourself are heading back to Makiba.
She's gonna say, "Oh yeah, just for a quick rest before I'm out in the morning. I'm on a pilgrimage."
Oh.
Perchance, do you mind me asking, are you from the monastery?
Yes, we are. We are from the monastery.
I thought you looked familiar. Your endeavor with the spirits goes well?
We try, but I think we're succeeding very slowly.
For my own knowledge, Shirogane, Jordan, can you describe to me what's going on with you on the back of this carriage?
Oh God.
You really want to know?
Mm-hmm.
There is party music going on in the back of this man's head. His every bump is like a wave pool for him. He's just like, whoa, I'm with it. You know, the grays in his hairs are darkening and returning to their like natural jet black as the longer he remains on this journey with this crew, the younger they make him feel. And he's occasionally like going from the front of the cart, slamming on the wagon seat, like, let's go, horses! And then like shifting to the back of the cart to like fucking lean out with his head hanging upside down off the edge. You know?
That's when
Okay.
Yuki will just reach back, take the bottle off of his hands, and just put it between our legs.
No! No
And-
touching. No touch. He's just like hugging it like a soldier hugs his gun during one of those training drills.
And I need one last thing from you. Can you describe to me what Shirogane's blade looks like?
I absolutely can once I track back to my basic info area.
If it's...
He wears his sword. Yes?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay, no, it's right here in the basic info. Literally, the first paragraph, his outfit. The second paragraph, his fucking sword.
Yeah.
You know? So, he wears his sword on the right, usually, tucked in the belt of his hakama. The bottom of the sheath, the suka, it's gold, and the wrap is black. Oh no, I'm wrong. Sorry, I'm wrong. The bottom of his blade's hilt, the suka, is gold, and the wrap of his blade is black. The sheath is pure white with gold-tipped like closings, you know? And the blade itself is jagged the hilt. Sorry, I'm misreading. The hilt is silver around the edges, jagged and sharp, almost like shattered earth, or the top of a palm tree from the top view. The the blade itself is a platinum-colored alloy, and it shines blue within the moonlight.
Okay. I think there's something that happens here of like inevitably as you guys are walking, she's going to get a very good look at the carriage and Shirogane as you pass her, and she is, now kind of behind you guys.
Mhm.
And she will like while you are within like touch, not necessarily touch, but the carriage is passing by, she'll ask, are you lore enthusiasts? Are you history enthusiasts?
Shiro's gonna like rub his eye and then flip right side up, like adjust himself. Not particularly. Anytime I could have been, I was just not able to access all that. Why do you ask?
That blade looks like an exquisite replica of Anoki's arm. I'd be willing to give you 200 sea coins for it. I think it should be appraised.
Yeah, sure. Maybe after all this is done, I kind of need it for what I've got going on here, but I don't really have any sentimental attachment to the blade. It's just more so what I've got on it. He's just gonna like grip the red strings of the bells. But yeah, the gnocchi's arm? What's a soup got to do with this, and why's it got arms?
She's
Oh my
gonna
God.
say, have you ever? And at this point, are you guys slowing down to talk to her?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
absolutely
slow
love
down.
to slow down and
I would have
Have-
also maybe asked like if they want to lift down if we have room.
yeah, I mean, sure. Shirogane is willing to scoot over and like make room. Like, please tell us a story.
Have you heard of the ancestral blades of this land? The blades of balance?
Don't get my hopes up, Emmy. Don't get my hopes up. You better stop it right now.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Shirogane the entire time had blade balance and he had no idea.
Bitch, this was my dream pre-session 1. I was like, I want a blade of balance secretly so bad. So fucking bad.
She'll gesture for the sword.
He
And she's
hesitates
sitting
for a
next to you,
moment.
by the way, if you invite her up.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll even like help her up if she needs a like minute to step up, or like she needs the backpack set aside. We can even like lean the lantern against the wagon. But yeah, he'll grip the hilt before grabbing the sheath and hilt with both hands, and he's gonna hand it over very honorably, very just like, flat, steady, careful.
And she'll say, the blades of balance, each one has a story about the people who helped form this land, our ancestors and progenitors from long ago. Anoki's arm, she unsheaths just half of the blade, looking at it, was the blade of ideals. It was given to Tomorrow, but unfortunately it was lost to robbers, as many of the blades were. Especially out this far. The border has never been safe. She
Dry
inspects
heaving.
the sword and is gonna say, damn, it looks like everything my father used to say in the stories. Where'd you get this made?
I didn't. I grew up, found myself really in small town on the edge of Morgia, like right next to Red Axe, so close that when the war popped off, we were one of the first towns affected. But before I was able to run, I collected a couple things. Mostly enough liquor to drown myself for a couple century, but this blade was one of those things. Among the rubble of my favorite shop to go to. The owner was holding on to this blade like it was more important than his family in the other room. So I guess I wanted to honor that in the best way that I could and carry it with me. Even though its burial grounds would have likely been in that same shed had it not been for Miyuki.
She'll sheath the blade and hand it back and say, if it's a blade of balance, there's no way to tell unless you can get it to an expert. But I just always imagine those mystical swords as more magical. This one seems sad. The Blade of Ideals, Anoki, he helped establish the first thing you'd think of as communities in Morzia. Maybe it's homesick. She hands it back.
He's gonna take it back and he's gonna note, well, I guess there's no better judge than its rightful owner. You said it was meant to be given to tomorrow, right? The greater spirit of the sun.
Of light.
That happens to be right, light. My history's still bad. Well, if that is who it's meant for, that might be one that should cross our path much later to come, but hopefully. And I'll definitely make sure to note to get this checked out. Maybe I'll be able to even send it off to its rightful owner. Or it's just a really good replica.
Like I said, if it's worth anything or not, I'd love to have it for my wall.
You said you're traveling from this town?
Oh. Yeah, I'm walking the border road. My husband was a he used to walk this road, and walking it is how I feel closer to him and connect.
Well, wherever you may find yourself in the future, if our paths are to cross and I still have this blade, consider it yours.
They call me Yaya.
Shirogane. Pleasure to be acquaintance.
She'll offer a hand, but next to you instead, arm around your shoulder, and a very polite Christian side hug. Or very respectful.
This is my kind of people.
Would you like to see a disrespectful hug?
He's gonna rehook his blade in his hakama and take a swig from his gourd.
In her bag, she will pull it into her lap, fiddle through a bunch of things before she pulls out a small, like half of a wine bottle, and it says, "I got good stuff for most it and hold."
Ditto! Break the glasses!
And it's probably about enough for 3 cups of Shadow Thistle wine. It is very good. Otherwise, she will sing and join you on the back of the wagon, If anybody wants to ask her anything or say anything, you can, but she'll stay here until you guys get to town.
Plus morale and plus lore. We love to see it.
Yeah.
You. How did you know? I didn't tell you, but I think I might have.
I know everything,
I
Jordan.
wanted a blade of balance this whole time.
Well, you have a sad sword.
I have a very sad sword.
You have a depressing sword. Sorry, Jordan.
No, not depressing sword. The sword is depress, if you are to believe Yaya. But who the fuck is this lady? So who cares? Anyways, does anybody else want to do anything before I move you guys to town?
I think I'll work on a crafting potion while we're moving.
Okay.
Yes, my goat.
What are you trying to make? And I will give you a banner.
I will try to create a good quality nourishment potion, I guess. The goal with this potion being giving lay mana to whoever. If you have lay mana, it would be giving you energized, and or being able to feed any but of the terrai that we have as well.
Okay.
So lay mana, they would get some lay mana charges or nourishment charges if they have both, one or the other.
Okay. So it's going to be challenging, which will be 200 resolve, cut in half because it's a consumable. So 100, and then cut in half because it's a potion, and you've got apothecary.
Before that, I'm also adding 2 other things to this.
Okay.
To this, actually 3 things. I am going to be adding Witch's Brew to it.
Okay, that increases it by 10.
That increases it by 10, and from what you told me, it increases by 10 after the first one, but before the second.
Yeah, so you're at 110.
110 currently. I'm also adding Profane Creations to it.
Okay, I don't think that increases the resolve, does it?
No, but it makes me have to, when I apply the curse trait to an item, and may offer an additional sacrifice, such as taking an injury to your experience, or reducing the quality of an important item to your character, etc. If you accept my offer, I may apply one option I have available to the item for the same duration that the item has the curse trait.
Okay.
And then I will be adding the apothecary effect as well.
Okay, so at the end of the day, you're at 55 resolve for this banner, and I will do it as a how do you feel about Cursed Lay Mana Potion?
Cursed Lay Mana Potion.
Or
yes.
Lay Nourishment Potion. Cursed Lay Nourishment Potion.
That works for me.
Okay. Crafting banner, and you've got 55 resolve. There you go. I am going to do something weird, E.
Okay.
For making this banner, you get to immediately roll your story die working on it. I'm going to let you roll your story die one more time, just for like the travel time. You guys will be back in the city within the hour. And then I'm going to actually roll against you and subtract from your result.
So that is a 10 total.
Okay. And I rolled a 5, and the whole time that you are working on this, Kakalin is across from you in the carriage. and is backseat apothecarying. And why are you doing it like that? God, that's such an. Have you read a book of this? No, you can't. Just like it is where there was curiosity with Castlereagh. This lady is, I think, like size techniques are kind of folk, and this lady has read way too much. There is like that difference of practicing medicine, in practical senses where Sai has experience, and where somebody else has read about potions and alchemy in a book.
Oh, it is the Sai. You can see Sai's like muscles tensing a little bit sometimes with the critiques, but his facial expressions and just he is keeping a calm face. The instinct is there to react, but he is holding himself back well enough that if you are paying close attention to him, you could tell he wants to correct, but
Do you
is
even
not.
read any of the newsletters Arath gets sent to the monastery? The university's standard recommendation for alchemical procedures is a Thera's guide to catalysts.
Yes,
She
and
would
those are
never start with that base.
really. And the bases that she does start off with, I'm sure she procured herself while also trying to find it herself on limited resources.
No, she has access to the best market in university in the world.
Ah,
Like, the best of the best.
yes. Clearly, I don't know what I am doing. I will. Sometimes you don't have access to the best of the best. And if you refuse to let yourself work with lesser materials, one, you won't be able to let yourself fail. And two, you won't find an interesting accident as he pricks himself and lets the blood drip into the potion he is making. I will.
Her eyes go wide. The book didn't. Okay. And I think at some point she stops, like, backseat driving and just watches.
Sorry, that very rude burp was meant to be Shirogane, and I was going to note,
Oh, you're fine.
interesting accidents. That what you made me drink last week? Still feeling
No,
like
the sobriety potion in the alcohol was not an interesting accident.
I thought it was.
there you go.
Yaya, who is past Buzz too, is gonna say interesting accident, alchemical things. Is that how you guys got the Bernie Blackfire arm thing?
Am I allowed
Funny
to
you
take a
mention
minor
that.
injury as part of my profane creations from me adding some of my blood to the potion to help with a terra nourishment?
I'm okay with that, and I'll take note of it now.
Right.
I'll put it in my notes now, but that's something we should keep up with at the creation of the item, just because I hope this doesn't get lost on
Oh, you know what? That's fair.
in notes. But I'm gonna do profane creations costs paid for potion with blood, and yeah, you can take an minor injury. Yaya, Kenjiro asked about you And Shirogane's burns.
Oh, she asked about our
but I'm not
burns.
exactly safe. Or I'm not exactly sure it's safe.
You're literally
mention it.
burning limbs and
Yeah.
skin.
I will. I don't know how she's seeing it, but in this nighttime, or is it night
Well,
or is
not-
it evening?
Yeah, she didn't single out Kenjiro.
We
She
do
is-
have her lantern in here. Her lantern in here.
her lantern is on
Okay.
her walking stick, and she is sitting next to Shirogane. Which I
Shirogane.
think at this
Okay,
point
okay.
it's
So she's asking
kinda
about
hard.
him.
My
Okay.
arm is
Yeah.
very infected. It's funny you mentioned that. We're you caught that we're from the monastery, and why we're from the monastery is because they're sending us out on and let's call it an investigation in an ongoing pursuit. There's a group out there of random people and ex-monastery members who are trying to infect the former spirits and current spirits to try and enshroud the world in darkness and hatred, right? And this infection is like the physical formation of that.
I am just letting him. I'm just letting him.
You get
Yeah, that was
through
ass.
about that much before Yaya is bright red in the face. And she's gonna say, my husband was a courier. A courier. He was a letter carrier, and he knew everything that was happening anywhere in Morzia. And it wasn't because he's reading the letters. He was just out talking to people, just being there in the people. And I admired that about him, and so that's kind of why I'm out here, so now I know about the people with the dark hatred trying to destroy everything. I would have never known that had I been sitting in a palace.
See, not only do you know about the people with the dark hatred trying to destroy everything, you know about the people going to gather the blades of balance to make sure that doesn't happen. So far, we've got 1.5, baby. Let's keep going for more. Yeah.
Well, I wish you all the luck. Verdat's blade is in West That Flows Glade. Maybe it'll be the next.
Right, somebody
level
write that
on
down.
your
Somebody write that
stock.
down. Somebody write that down. Write that down. Verdath's blade is in Wisp's Glade.
Wisps that flow. Glade.
What? Man, I'm bad.
I don't know what else
I
to
can't
tell
listen
you.
for shit.
She's
I'm
drunk.
bad.
Yeah. Otherwise, I think she's. It's just anything else you have to say. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's just that giggly time of the night.
Yeah. And does anybody else want to do anything before I move you back to Makiba?
Cheers.
Real shit. I'm ready to go to Makiba personally. Oh, it looks so cool.
I thought we'd been here before.
I don't
We didn't
remember
stay
seeing
in
the
town.
market.
We kind of like started. We pretty much immediately left town after separating.
I also think that was before you had access to the cool shit.
Oh, that could be fair.
Or maybe before you had it set it up. Set it up? Gee, I need help. Maybe it's happening to me really.
You're getting too in
You
character.
Your
Get
method
to-
acting.
The gate is closed this late. And somebody is going to come around through one of these stone doors that leads out to just the patrol guards. And as they go to start inspecting you and asking you questions, Yaya is going to lean over and say, "Core, Den, let us in. It's late. We're tired." "Oh, Yaya. Of course, open the gate." Without a single question.
Damn.
There we go. We're in.
You have
Pro-
friends, Miss Yaya.
Should say friends. And she will hop off of your carriage as she heads into the city to find a place to sleep for the night. Nice meeting you.
You too.
It was a pleasure. Hope to see you again. She was nice.
Core, the guy who called to let you in and escorts your carriage through, is gonna say, "Yeah, she's a pretty good Asatar. I like her."
If only my knowledge about TNT was more vast. I feel like a joke flew over my head.
You can
I
roll.
forgot what Asatar means.
You can roll a recall check. You get information on tiers of 5, and at a common tier, you do know Asatar is like your guys' president. You can roll for more information if you so desire.
I actually will.
I'm gonna say Sai was too focused on trying to do his potion while being backseat.
Oh, we revelate those. We fully do. I cannot up the die size, but I love that I revelated. Oh,
At one. Way to go.
we are on both sides of the spectrum right now.
Okay,
Oh.
so we've got uncommon for Kenjiro and rare for Shiro.
I
hero,
know so much about this person.
I didn't.
yeah, Miyuki and Hiro. Do either of you want to roll?
Sure. I got a 5.
Sure.
Is totally.
Yeah.
Ooh, you get to tier 2 with Kenjiro, Miyuki. A hero, I think you know stuff, but it's just like you've been too busy with work lately. And Sai, you're not rolling.
Yeah, I'm not rolling. I'm too focused on the potion / trying to shut the backseat, the backseater.
At a common tier, a hero, you know,
Best.
the Asatar is the leader of your nation. Generally, they are very significant. They are very significant cultural leaders. Kenjiro and Miyuki, above knowing just that they are essentially chieftains for entire nations, Asatars are chosen by divine right. And there are cultural trials that each Asatar has to go through before they get before they're allowed to take their position. Interestingly enough, Morzia has a dual position for its Ascitar. They are not only chosen by divine right, but everybody who succeeds on the divine right trial is then entered into an election, and your Ascitar is voted upon. And Shiro, you're going to get the extra bit of info.
Yeah.
And I think I will add that you will actually know her name. Her name is Yagase Yameo, aka Yaya. And there was a huge field of Ascitars, or potential ascendancy candidates, or aspirants for the ascendancy trials. And just because there were so many of them, Yaya did not win the election in a landslide. It was just kind of the one who got the most votes out of like the 15 people who succeeded. And your guys' ascendancy trial is they have to spend a night in a ring with earth elementals, and whoever can stay in the ring and not get thrown out by the morning moves on to is chosen essentially by the earth to be a candidate. But yes, that was Yagase.
So how do you
Yamino.
spell the role?
Ascitar. And I will send this in your group.
Guys, I think Shiro got drunk with the president.
Yeah, that's exactly my thought. Like, I think Shiro's just now waking up, sobering up, like, oh, we met someone last night. Yeah.
Last
Oh,
night,
like
it's
2 minutes
still.
ago. It's like, yeah, that was 2 minutes ago.
Oh, wait, I thought we slept. My brain is not fully there. I am that in character. Okay, all right. Brain's back. We just arrived back at the town after getting drunk with the fucking president of Morzia?
Mm-hmm.
Or of all of Mor. Okay, yeah. Oh, all right. Not just Makiba, all of Morzia.
Mm-hmm. Core will say, the people of Not Makiba know her pretty well. She comes down once a season for pilgrimage. Bandits got her husband on the road.
Like, killed or took?
Killed about I don't know. I just heard the stories.
We'll keep an eye out as best we can.
I promise you, we keep these regions much safer nowadays.
It's comforting to hear.
All right, close it up for the night. You guys will hear as the gate starts closing behind you.
Okay, so do we have a hotel or an inn like planned out to meet with our other companions?
We're sleeping in Omega tonight.
I mean, we probably are getting an inn this late.
Yeah, you guys are technically diplomats. The local counselor could host you.
Yes, we are diplomats from the Dario Monastery. Host us for the night, please.
Guess I'm a gagging, please.
That was out of character.
I mean, honestly, I don't know what to do.
Not but for real. No harm in asking though. Like, hey, y'all got a crib for us?
You guys
What's
can
poppin'?
find a in room if you want, or where you're going, you can ask if there's space to stay the night. It is totally up to you.
I mean, could we assume that Sable and Ray and Castellet are at the counselor's abode? Because that's where they've been.
Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty safe
That
assumption.
actually would be fire. Good call. Let's go check. Let's go check.
As you guys start departing, I'm gonna roll a story die against you. Who wants to roll
evil.
against me? Well,
Evil.
no. This is
Me.
Okay, you're. Oh no. As you guys start planning and like Kaylin's
It somehow worked.
Goody like get out of the carriage while you guys are stopped and gesture to her camping bag and say I expected to be out there for several days. I spent all of my money on rations and food and supplies. Could I borrow some sea coins for a room?
How
And I
much
will pay
is some?
you guys back next time we encounter each other, or I'll take it easy on you.
How much is
Above
some?
table. How much is a room?
6 sea coins would get her a really nice place. 3 would get her a bed. Or 3 would get her a cot someplace.
I have 60 sea coins to spare, so I'm gonna hand her 13 and say, "Get yourself something nice to eat as well." Oh God, wait, no, not. I'm not gonna hand her enough that I have 13 coins left. I'm gonna hand her 13 coins of 60. What's the math on that?
47 remaining.
47. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. She'll take them. It's just so fucking embarrassing. Okay. Until we meet again, and I hope our paths align when we do. And
I don't want to face you again.
Same.
Shit on.
Next time I won't hold back, except for only on Shirogane. And she will
Appreciate
throw her bag over her shoulder and head off into town. Nothing like asking your enemies to pay for your hotel room. All right. That said, you guys can go to this counselor's estate. What is her name? 'Cause that was several sessions ago.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't think I named her. I have counselor stuff for that
Oh,
session.
can we
and
call
what's
it Counselor
discussed.
Sophie?
Sophie?
Counselor Sophie.
I'm okay with that. Spelled Sophie.
Yeah, sure.
Counselor Sophie. She does need a first name.
I thought Sophie was her first name.
Oh, okay. How about Sophie Tennell? There we go.
Sure.
All right. yeah, you guys can head to her estate. There are it is significantly less guarded than Counselor Music. There still are there is still a Jardobi spirit blade here, one of those masked bodyguards that watches the premises as you guys head up to the estate door. It is a pretty grand house with a nice wooden patio built into like the stone foundations of whatever used to be here that has been built out of the house, and I think it would probably be like some old border fort or like barracks that has just grown into like a regular estate from the years of things being added to it. Rapping against the large wooden door. Eventually, it is going to open as Cassoulet greets you at the door. And she's going to look a little bit apprehensive, like opening the door, and then face lights up and is gonna say, "Oh, you all made it back. God, I hope your part of the job was more fun than ours."
It, in fact, was.
Yeah, it's saw some nice views, some rocks thrown at us, fought rock monsters. It's pretty all right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we can trade next time. Ray and I will talk to the spirits, and you guys can protect Sable.
No, because we're probably going to be heading back, and then Stable's not going to. Sable is probably not coming with us.
Ray's gonna drag her, or Cassoulet's gonna drag her hand over her face and say, "Well, the nerds are still awake. They're in Sophie's study, having tea. Ray and I have been taking shifts. Ray's currently the one suffering through their banter."
Okay, well, yeah. Before we go further, I forget. I mean, did we already put up like the cart and the horses? Like they're in stables.
Yeah,
Or did we
I'll
just
let you have
go to the front door and knock?
I'll let you have done that. Through I guess like a little bit of asking around, you are going to learn that the counselor shares this. She is technically the representative of this region. There is another lady in town who runs the security, maintenance of the wall, patrols of the guards, patrols of the roads. That seems to be most of the shot caller of within the day-to-day life of the city. That said, Counselor Sophie's estate is pretty like lax, because if an assassin's coming, it's not coming for her. Yeah, you guys will actually find she doesn't have anybody manning the stables of her estate, and can get them handled by like a local stable keep just a neighborhood over.
Okay.
But yeah,
All right.
otherwise, yeah, Cassoulet will invite you all in.
All right.
My mic was muted. I consider me in.
Okay. So Sable doesn't sleep, and Sophie looks like a fire spawn Sarai, but God, who knows if she does. And it's worth saying, it's like midnight at this point when you guys get back to town.
Okay.
Yeah, Shirogane's getting
I
sleep
will-
instantly.
I will. I'll at least go and visit Sable, and I already forgot her name. I didn't write it down.
Sophie.
Sophie. Okay.
Yeah.
I will join you for that. He's gonna
Okay,
be awake
let
a
me
little bit longer.
let me start splitting you guys into where people are going to be for scenes. Sai and Kenjiro. What about Hiro and Miyuki?
Hero will probably retire for the evening as well.
Okay.
Like, it's been a long day.
It has been an exceptionally long day. And Shadow for Miyuki.
She'll just be sitting in the dining in little like lounge room,
Okay.
just keeping it to herself because she does not sleep.
Yeah, she is most of the time
she-
the night guard at back at the monastery. So
She doesn't want to be in the nerd room.
okay. Kenjiro and Sai. Castle will lead you to Sophie's office or study. The door is open. You see, or you can hear them long before you get there. On the far side of the room, you can see there is a Jardobi spirit blade standing silently in their mask, just waiting and keeping the counselor safe. And stepping into the room, you see Ray is in a plush chair, not too far from the shadow or spirit blade, just nodding that way of like head dips down, back awake, head dips down, back awake.
I imagine she's just sunken into the chair.
Entirely. Sitting next to each other on a large couch near a little kind of meeting area in the study is Sable and Counselor Sophie. For as far as what they are discussing, Counselor Sophie does not look as old as her white hair would denote for her. And Sable is laughing and saying, "A second similarity. Who asked for the first one?" And Sophie is going to respond, "I do think the anthropology work that she did was respectable, but the lady herself." And they just continue to chuckle about authors and books and nonsense. Before eventually,
I was gonna clear my throat to get their
Okay.
attention.
um,
Um,
oh, Kenjiro, gosh, this has been a blast. Let me introduce you to what appears to be Morzia's greatest councilwoman. Please. And Sable is going to say, Counselor Sophie Tinnell. These are my traveling companions, Sai, Oga, and Kenjiro. I don't actually know your name. last name. I don't think Kenjiro has one.
I don't.
His
Yeah.
first name was Kin and last name was Jiro.
You're funny.
Kenjiro of the Orieth the Current.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Council.
She stands up, takes her evening gown, pulls each of the part of it to the side, and bows and says, "No, the pleasure is all mine. You brought this absolute delight into our nation, and here I thought all Calgarans were mad power hungry mages, and Sable's gonna say, well, I don't care too much about power, but if you've got more scones, you're a delight. Hey, can you get some? She points to the Shadow Knight, or the Spirit Blade. It shakes its head.
Imagine a Shadow Knight.
She's gonna say, my servants are only here during the daytime. It's fine. When you guys are done, we can move this to the kitchen. But welcome. How can we help you?
Oh, we have just returned from our expedition up the mountain.
And Sable's gonna say, so are you going back tomorrow? Any progress on getting closer to Grith?
He does. Does Sai have the sword with him? How dramatic are we going to be?
Extra dramatic. Be extra dramatic.
Sai does have the sword with him, but it is not visible. It is behind his back.
I love you so
Okay.
much, cutie pie. But I am trying
Like,
to
I see. Well, I believe Sai will have an answer to your question.
Sable is going to say, please, take as long as you need. We can spare to stay in Makuba at least 3 days. I am in no rush to leave.
Well, that leaves you more time to enjoy your chats. Although, let's hope we don't bore everybody in attendance. Gestures to the sleeping scroll bear in the corner. With
Ray
the
bobs up and
blade.
says, I'm not sleeping.
Sai is gesturing at her with the Sword of Love.
Oh.
Like, it is.
I think both Sophie and Sable share a look at each other, and then excitement. Is going to say, that is Malget's side. He gave it to you for the first time in 1,000 years, too.
Yes, he did. And and from my understanding, he was very reluctant to give it to anybody else who did not pass the trial.
I never got
passed
up to
me.
its vigil. Can I see it? As Sophie stands up, and walks towards the blade.
You may look, but please do not take.
2 blades of balance in 1 day. And she's she doesn't take it from you, but looks over it and says, It does look like it's been kept by an earth elemental.
That is also why I did not want you to take it, just as I do not wish to damage this blade, despite me not being much of a sword wielder. I'd rather try to repair this, and at least making it more
These things
Give it some
have sat
time.
in front of powerful elementals for hundreds of years before their legends even got spread. They've had time to passively absorb so much spiritual presence that I doubt a little dirt or a bad knock's gonna hurt this thing.
I am. Fair enough. I guess I'm more used to dealing with fragile objects.
Sable's going to stand up and say, "That's impressive, Sai. I suppose our time here is cut short. We'll be returning to the monastery tonight."
Oh no,
No.
no.
Today has been a long journey for everyone involved. I believe the majority of everyone else, sans Miyuki, is already fast asleep in their bed or just about to pass out.
I think, Sai, we could probably use tomorrow to rest and recover, and then leave the day after.
I think that would be wise.
Hmm.
A day of rest, a day of you enjoying some like-minded company, and time for us to make sure that we're ready for for the next steps.
We did get some information on the location of another one.
She's Sable's gonna say, "Oh, by all means, let's plot our next journey."
Again, we'll handle more of that tomorrow.
And Sophie's going to say to Sable, "Okay, whenever you guys plan to leave, that's fine. But you have to come to the next council meeting. You just have to." I don't think anyone's gonna want an undead Calgaren there. Sable says.
Yes, but with the counselor's help, that makes two on our side to help show that you mean no harm. Especially because we've received more information on. Hold on, I gotta find their names again. More information on Gorbin and was it Thuman? Is that the name of the other guy?
Oh, Veldar. Veldar's the
Veldar,
Silver
okay,
Sigil agent.
That's the name. Yeah, we've seen more information on Gorbin and Veldar.
She'll look to Counselor Tunnel and say, "Well, we're in friendly company and trusted company, but still, I would like to debrief privately with my companions." Of course, I would want nothing less. Do you want to borrow a journal to record things in? I have set and nerd shit. The different types of papers and the different.
Sai's going to walk over towards. I'm forgetting the name of the scroll bearer.
Either Cassidy or Ray.
Ray is in the chair. Cassidy left you the immediate moment you guys got here, where it's like, "Okay, cool, I'm going to sleep."
Ray, Sai's going to whisper to Ray, I think you're good to leave. We can protect her from here. Unless you have something else that you fear." Just as a taunting joke. And then standing back up.
You just watch that one. Points to the spirit blade. They got a wicked knife throw.
If she's still falling asleep, I can help her to bed.
It looks to her and then goes back to watching the counselor.
I'll help her. I'll help her get to bed, Sai.
That's a good idea.
Pick up princess style, carry her to bed.
As you try, Ray is going to swat you several times of just, "Stop, I'm not infirmed. Just tired."
Sleep, child, sleep. Don't make me throw you over. Don't make me
Quiet,
carry you like a
stupid.
sack of potatoes.
All right. Yeah, and you guys can get Ray to bed and yourselves if you so desire. I'm assuming Miyuki is outside the counselor's room. You'll see them eventually head to the kitchen, and they will keep spiritedly talking until nearly 2 a.m. before Sophie will, with no fanfare, at some point just pass out mid-conversation. And it will be like in her bedroom or something, and at 7 point Sable will just leave her and let her be. But does anybody want to do anything else for the night before I move us to the morning?
I want to try and talk to my sword.
Sure.
We're going bleach here.
They go deep. We're going in deep.
Listen, if a very
I-
knowledgeable figure looked at my sword and determined it was lonely, maybe the guy that's been drinking beside this sword for, and I could not confirm the exact time I stated, but it's between 15 and 30 years that he was alone in that hut.
I will say there is no indication that your sword has any semblance of sentience. That said,
That's why I want to like sit and meditate.
yeah, you still
See
can
if I
talk
can
to it,
sense
but
something.
I'm not going to say anything back to you. But I am
I
curious. what
did
this
not
moment
very
is.
much mean verbally
Oh,
speaking
okay,
to my
okay.
sword. I more meant like trying to like you know how when you say you're trying to speak to somebody but you're not trying to use your words, you're trying to like reach them. I guess I'm trying to reach my sword, you know?
Okay. And what's that look like or feel like, or even sound like for Shirogane?
I have an answer to all of those questions, and I'm gonna go down the list.
Okay.
He is in his room, not on his bed, but like beside his nightstand, you know, just sitting against the wall, crisscross with the sword in the middle, resting against his head. Like, you know, the hilt is firmly against his forehead. His chin is resting against the his chin is what's resting against the hilt. The what's it called? The end of the blade's handle is what's resting against his forehead. I'm forgetting my fucking sword parts. The end of the sheath is like planted in the ground, and he's not humming to himself, but there is sort of that like resonating in his own mind that he's like, I've got to fucking clear my very messy head, and the only way to do that is a very, very subtle white noise that we don't have any way to like automatically make. Last I checked, Tails and Twists doesn't have fucking noise machines.
It actually does. Don't you dare put that forward.
Huh?
There's an enchanted music box that will play a sound after you teach it to it once.
Y'all motherfuckers thought of everything. What the fuck? Golly.
There's also dream catchers that function as also alarm clocks.
But no, you don't have one here.
Yeah, but like as for feels, I almost want to like try and the only way I know how to use this sword is to take away one's senses. So I'm down to dampen my own senses if it means like tuning into this sword, you know? I'll gladly go deaf for a little bit. I'll gladly lose the ability to feel everything around me real quick. I'll go blind so that all I see is what the sword wants me to see, you know? I guess I don't know what is the best sense to take away from myself. And as for what it does sound like, he is clicking the blade in and out to try and trigger that dampening of his own senses, because that is how he gets it to trigger. He clicks the blade, it dings, lets out that resonation around him, and like a silver drop of water hit a flat line of an ocean and rippled through the middle of the air from where the hilt clicks back into the sheath.
Yeah, I think in all of this, if you feel something back, it's the question of how can a sword feel sad? Um, and I just don't think you know enough about what this thing is, or about the blade, to understand how it can feel those things, if it even does. And I think that is the Shirogane's main takeaway. That if Yaya had some way to connect with this, it seems there's a disconnect for you. And that's probably the place to start before anything else can be fixed.
Shiro's like, his eyes are moving around under his eyelids, his brows kind of like furrowing, and his grip is tightening on his sword, and eventually his thumb's gonna slip one of these times and drag along the edge of the blade as it's resheathing itself, and he's just gonna like snap out of his meditation, just fuck, like holding onto his thumb, biting down to like try and stop the bleeding.
Oh, that's how Miyuki would just smell the blood.
Dinner. Can I put this in a much less poetic way? More just spelled out for the audience. As a father, your teenage daughter just slammed the door in your face and like, you don't understand me, Dad.
Miyuki just like instantly like stands up, just recognizing the smell of blood. Like, oh god, what did he do this time? And like just slowly walks towards Shirogane's room and just gently knocks on the door.
I'm fine! Go to bed!
You realize I don't sleep, you idiot.
Then ignore it!
How can I ignore it when I could smell your blood from a mile away?
Then I'll go 2 miles away! Get shit on!
Shadow, Jordan, mark a help track.
Yeah! Gladly!
Yay, help track!
If you guys are cool, I'm going to move us all to the morning.
Go for it.
All right. It is currently the 5th of Shield. The town starts bustling. At the crack of light, people start showing up to the estate. Servants to make Counselor Tinnell breakfast, people to clean, kind of probably an advisor or two to talk about the council's docket. And eventually, by about 8 or 9, this place is bustling. The counselor herself is nowhere to be seen until the latter half of breakfast. That said, though, all of you are able to wake up fine, congregate fine amongst yourselves, and I think well, how about I'll throw it to you guys? Where do you want to meet up and talk? Because Sable is definitely looking for an opportunity to debrief with you guys. Only amongst the group.
If there's a meeting room we could use.
She does
that would...
have one. There's no one scheduled to be in here until 11 o'clock.
You can use
Yeah,
that, yeah.
sounds perfect for a 10 to 11 meeting.
Okay. Yeah. As you guys all wake up, Sable will come by and tell you all that she has reserved the meeting room, and there is a nice nice pot of morning tea brewed here, and several different types of regional sausage that has been made for breakfast. And it is a very pleasant day to wake up to.
Oh, poor Miyuki. She just stands on the bed going, God damn
Yay, tea and sausage.
it. Poor Miyuki. She can't eat
Nausea
anything.
and vomiting. I hate smelling. But after I wake up.
Sable is going to start once everybody's here. Who do you think is the last person in the room?
Shiro.
Hero.
Okay, good.
And that's he was prompt originally, but then he walked in smelling sausages and tea and was like, I did the stuff out.
How's your farm?
This is an actual problem IRL Jordan has. I struggle smelling food sometimes. It makes me nauseous. Like if I'm just waking up, if I'm feeling a little groggy, I fucking get nauseous as shit. Walmart chicken nuggets, bro. Whew. I've almost vomited off them bitches.
It's chicken nuggets are the best type of nuggies.
Yeah, I'm sitting down with my tea and my sausage, whatever fruit, whatever they have.
Yeah.
Miyuki just sits at the end of the table, watching everyone.
Shirogane is gonna sit next to his goat Jiro.
So I was just gonna be eating a pear.
A pear.
Yeah.
This is like, I was like, all right, whose turn is it for Miyuki feeding duty?
Who wants to turn? Who wants to feed Miyuki? Who wants to feed the hand?
As you go asking, Sable's going to put up a hand stopping and say, "You guys know she's fucking with you, right? She does not need to eat every day."
I know.
What?
I like the It's okay. Share our blood last night.
Sable will put her hand on her forehead and just say, "I just hope to be back in the Vale by the time I need to feed." Regardless, though, now that Shirogane's here, let's get started. A hero. I spoke with the counselor. She's willing to work full hand in hand with the monastery for escorting the spirits when they're ready to their permanent posts. Do you think you could coordinate with the Quill to get that logistically some line of communication set for her?
Certainly. I will send word to my patriots and ensure that they are prepped and ready.
Okay, wonderful. and we have her full support. She's going to talk to her security chief here in town and see if she can spare a small squad of soldiers to patrol the road for any wayward spirits that Gorbin might have turned to the north, as most of her focus is south and eastward, or south and westward to the border. That said, everything else has been, unfortunately, personal business here. I heard that your travels were successful. You retrieved the blade. Could you update me?
So we made our way up the mountain. This is before Miyuki joined us. And we were I'm gonna go with harassed by one of Gorbin's compatriots, Kakalin.
Oh shit!
Long
You guys
story
killed Kakalin? Castellate. Oh, sorry. I won't interrupt. Ray and her began whispering to each other.
After after some combat, Sai was able to keep her occupied while the
Not
rest of us
only occupied, but that he made friends and converted her back? No.
No.
No, we made.
Oh, no.
I made her able to sit down and contemplate both sides. We understand. We came to an understanding and kind of pulled a truce, willing to at least listen to the other one's side and point of view. While we still are at odds, we do have at least a respect for each other.
Well, shit, you did something crazy enough to get the blade in your hands, man. Like, props to you.
Sai got the blade of love, and he occupied her. Ray's says.
Why am I even telling a story for?
With a
just like...
huge sway of her head and neck. Castelli's gonna say, "Ew, he's like 40."
He's 27.
And Ray's gonna say, "Well, he did something to get on her good side."
I treated her like a person, not as an enemy.
And Sable's gonna
No.
say, "And can you ensure we won't have to deal with her?" In my understanding, the first lady, her teacher. Oh, come on, Emmy. The lady that was in Capalisa's arm.
Oh!
I know her name.
Inzabeth.
I know.
Inzabeth.
Yes,
Is
thank
that-
you. Thank you. I was almost there. I remembered E.
From at least the debriefing Veldar gave me, Kakalin was as capable, if not more capable than Inzabeth, at least in arcane matters. Can you ensure that she is not going to become an issue for the rest of our journey?
No. But at least she, for now, I would like Kindro to be able to finish his story before we ask too many questions and jump around, as some of the story might be able to give more info. But no, I cannot confirm at this moment that that she won't be a problem, but I do not view her as a threat. More so an obstacle that we are not trying to destroy, but at least come to an understanding, because I know why she's doing it. It's just how I do not agree with.
Before the story continues, as an advisor to this group and this project, I would recommend from here on out killing our enemies. It gives them significantly less opportunities to stab us in the back in the future. Castellet's going to say, "Ow, cold." And Sable will respond, "I'm a war hero. How do you think I got that? By having biscuits with a counselor?" Fair.
I'm the least responsible adult in the room. Remind that the reason why we got this blade is because I specifically told me not to keep my blade drawn at her. Therefore, we did not kill her, resulting in us getting blade. Tell me why we now need to be killing her. It's proven we can otherwise.
And if Veldar returns, if Gorbin, Leet, or come on, Emmy, Kaz. If Gorbin, Leet, or Kaz won't listen to reason, can't be swayed, I just hope you have it in
I may
you.
know nothing about Veldar. I may know nothing about Veldar. Now I can confirm I'm not hesitant to kill Veldar because of my lack of knowledge. But Gorbin, I shall reiterate, is an incredible individual with an incredible amount of power bestowed upon him. There is hope. And if that hope fails, it does down to that. I know I won't back down.
As an advisor to this project, it is my job to tell you guys the things that you don't want to hear. I just hope that you'll keep my advice in mind. What you're doing here is profound. It's simply extraordinary. For all intents and purposes, you've created miniature deities, things that could potentially rival the Ascended someday. And shepherding this project is a tremendous undertaking. I just don't want anything... I don't want any potential blind areas to ruin us when we're on the threshold of success. If and when we get there. But please, continue.
Yeah.
She gestures to Kenjiro.
After we separated, the rest of us met with Griff. And we talked. And he asked us what we saw as we looked over the edge of the mountain. Myself, Aohiro, and Shirogane both gave answers. But it wasn't until Sai came later that he heard the answer that most satisfied him. In part due to Sai's connection and willingness for Kekala. Sable, we are aware that we cannot talk all of them down. That doesn't mean we won't try. These are just misguided children who were radicalized by ideals that they thought were good. Corbin, the most among them, is the truest believer. You can thank Veldar for that.
Full disclosure, when Veldar was briefing me on this situation, something we pride ourselves in the Silver Sigil is being willing to do anything and give anything for the mission and the cause. Potential was noted in let me look again. Was noted in Kakalin, and potentially Leet. They were being groomed to join the Silver Sigil. I respect your sentiments, and I will do my best to align myself with how you guys are pursuing this. It's just an adjustment period for me to be in an environment where everyone's ideals aren't uniform from or starting from a uniform starting point.
That's all I can ask. We have our own ways of handling things, and we want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but all of us understand there's a lot at risk here.
And while honesty is on the table, I am planning on killing Veldar the second we see him, and I will not shed a single tear about it, coworker or not.
I am almost certain any one of us will be there right with you.
Wonderful. Gaslight is going to say,
if Veldar's a shitbag, Veldar's a shitbag.
Sai, I believe you've got more information from Kakalin about more of the going on with Gorbin's group, right?
Yes, Gorbin's group particularly are trying to contradict what Valen is doing.
or Veldar.
Veldar is doing. They are trying to do it through battle as opposed to protection. They are answering his delayed enfeeblement of everybody and slow crumbling with aggression, with action, as opposed to prepping a way to undo or deny it completely. They want action now. They want to see results now. Hence, they are constantly moving. They are actively trying to move. Val seems to be... I do not know where he is or what he is doing. All I understand is he is probably, if not finished recovering, probably trying to make slow moves and listen. These are young students that have learned, that want change. And I do understand that. And they do not want things to just be the same as they always have been. I'm trying to remember what's the important thing I need to say. What are they actively doing right now? I believe they are making their way to... E is forgetting. I'm trying to remember...
You guys know exactly where Gorbin is, because a hero's leader of the Quill saw through the chess game when you guys were in that meeting. Um, Gorbin gave you guys false information that he was headed north to Andaris's domain. And the kind of checkmate piece is if a spirit by the name of Asu Dothan, the sun that consumes, it is the greater spirit of fire on the border, is corrupted, the chances of curing the spirit curse basically vanish. As you guys have you guys learned yet how to cure this curse? I think I've
been
told
able
you
to
guys how to cure it.
You burn the part.
Yes,
You burn away the parts.
it needs to be burned away. And the spirit that controls fire and can handle doing that for burning other spirits, water spirits, earth elementals and things. If you guys lose that, then it's your jobs get infinitely harder. And that's where Mendero, the leader of the Quill, would go if he was Gorbin. And I think Kaelin told you they were headed to Asudothan's domain.
Okay. I was also told by Kaelin they would be at Asudothan, trying to deal with them to make it infinitely harder to stop them, because fire is what burns and cleanses away this poison. You need to burn it at its source.
We can chase after Gorbin, but we're always going to be a step behind, at least at this rate. If we go to Asudothan's domain. Speaking with Counselor Tenol last night, she had a theory on an alternative way to start curing the spirit curse. It didn't get much past tea and snacks, and drowned out in other discussions. I can pursue it if you'd like.
Honestly, an extra idea while we are traveling wouldn't be a bad idea, especially if it's something I can brew and make multiples of. I've been able to slow it down, delay it, and ease the pain, but I've not been able to completely get rid of it. Yet.
Sable will pull out a very nice looking moleskin journal and start writing in it. And I don't think she had this before you guys last saw her.
Already getting gifts from your new friend.
Castellet is going to say, Sable's got a big fat CRUSH. Sable's going to look at her dryly and say, I'm over 100 years old. I don't get crushes.
Adorable.
And if you guys want to say anything else, feel free to. I do feel Ray and Castellet begin talking and responding to that in a way that kind of can let the plot get lost.
Yeah. If besides ways to undo it, perhaps if they also have ideas on how to stop it from happening, making a counter or protection against it wouldn't be a bad question either. If we can get to where, if I can create a potion and we can create a line where they can't cross, forest can't spread where there's no trees. or sorry, a fire can't spread where there is no trees.
So are we in agreement that we're going to give up our pursuit of Gorbin, or do we want to make a last-minute blitz towards Asudathan? We'd be going in likely tired and unprepared. As your advisor, unfortunately, I recommend against it. Playing the game from behind is possible.
But it puts us in a very difficult spot.
This is true. And Ray's gonna slam the table and say, and this isn't a game. And she's gonna say, by all means, if we want to rush off and be headstrong, I will do my best to ensure your success.
Is there no in-between? Is there no focus enough forces on that and keep on our original goal somehow with maybe someone else from the monastery takes up where we left off, or someone from here goes back to the monastery and comes back with more people to continue where we left off. It's just there's no way we can't tackle both of these.
Plan for tonight, Jordan, but I'm willing to move those plans up if you beat me in a story roll.
Hello, gambling.
I'll give you an event right now.
Oh, gambling.
Gang, we need to all pray to the profile picture change of Cunty Lakia. I need a prayer. I need a prayer, chat. I need a prayer.
I hope Cunty Lakia
1d10 on the story.
Ooh, that's going to be a hard roll, because I rolled really well.
We did not make it. We did not make it, y'all.
Yeah. And
we did not make that.
Sable is going to say, yeah, a solution like that, and my experience does not just drop in through the ceiling.
Gorbin expects us to follow him. Doesn't necessarily expect us to find a way to circumvent his plans from afar.
I think we might have to split up. One team goes after Gorbin, the other team goes after Spirit.
The matriarch of the sigil tasked me specifically with staying near the Blade of Morning. I will accompany whoever's wielding the Blade of Morning. And Ray raises her hand. My order tasked me with keeping her alive, so I'm with her. And Castley will raise her hand and say, and I have to keep her alive, and points to Ray.
And I have to keep all three of you alive. Damn it.
Everything I've said tells me it's best to go after Gorbin, but everything I've known was flipped on its head last night when the possibility of my random sword being a blade of balance popped into the world. And not only is that possibility real, but the one spirit that we could be splitting off to go after would be the spirit that would know this sword. So that's just where I'm torn.
Above table, Emmy. Which spirit was it again? I think I lost track with
there's
going
a lot
after
of
Gorbin or the
spirits.
I think we're going after
We're
the fire
going after
spirit.
Gorbin. We're going after the greater spirit of fire.
of fire.
Okay.
Going
Okay.
after going after another spirit though, is that the other flip side? Or is the flip side not going north for tomorrow? Or not north, sorry, not north. Or yes, north? I'm getting mixed up with the directions, but I'm pretty sure the flip side is going for tomorrow.
Wait, are you asking me?
Yes, sorry,
Oh,
I should have been clear. But I will re-ask. Based on what I'm understanding, our options are go after Gorbin to stop him from corrupting the greater spirit of fire,
Mhm.
or go after the greater spirit of tomorrow to prevent them from being corrupted.
I
Yeah.
thought tomorrow was the spirit of fire.
No,
Or am I getting that mixed up?
No,
tomorrow
getting
is
it
spirit
mixed
of
up.
Different
light.
spirits.
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
Your benefits for tomorrow would be it knows about Anaki's arm, as this was the blade that was gifted to it. The benefits of going after Asudathan is if Asudathan is sane, it becomes far easier to cure. It becomes far easier to cure the spirit curse if you guys encounter more cursed spirits. Your other option is pursuing neither and staying here for at least a few more hours to talk with Counselor Sophie, as she had an idea on potentially curing the curse.
For me, the priority would be speak with the counselor first, find out what her idea is. If we don't go with that, we should go to fire next, because at least even if something happens to tomorrow, we will have a way of dealing with the curse to probably remove the curse.
That's
I'm
smart.
with that same thought.
And Ray's gonna say, you think like somebody in the current.
I don't know if that's a compliment.
It is.
Okay.
In any case, I can summon Counselor Sophie. Then, is there more we need to disclose to each other?
I believe we spoke with the Asitar. She is Shirokane's new drinking buddy. And from what I remember right, I'm gonna try to see if I remember her image. She said Verdaf's blade, I believe, is that wisp that blows glade.
You're telling
I'm telling that too. I'm just saying out in the open.
to Sable, and Sable's
Yeah.
going to snap and say, "Oh, there was something I knew I forgot." From last night's conversation, you spoke with the Asitar. She's roaming the region. Counselor Tanil said that she refuses to work on her pilgrimages, but we could at least put our problems and concerns in the back of her mind. Did you get a chance to discuss the monastery's mission with her?
Yes. Well, that depends on how much she remembers being drunk.
Sable's going to close her eyes, open them.
Sable, I said Shirogane has a new drinking buddy.
And she'll say, again, I serve in an advisory capacity to this group. I would advise not in taking substances that impair your memories and your ability to communicate with one another. While
I will
on a
motion
task
to
so important.
Shirogane.
I am an incredibly high functioning alcoholic.
He was actually very high functioning in explaining our mission, more or less. Yes.
He's still currently drinking.
Hungover from a night of drinking, but plan on continuing it after 3 p.m.
That
Probably
man's my
drink some
hero.
water.
Catholic.
Absolutely no. Drink some water.
Good to know you're not dealing with the hair of the dog.
At which point, Sable is gonna say, "I'm gonna go fetch Counselor Sophie. You guys don't need me telling you how to live your lives or do your jobs. So, I'll return in a moment. Girls, one of you, Cassoulet, jumps out of her seat and is going to follow Sable.
Thank you.
No, Sai, I should also have to, and all the things going on, I'm going to have to go check up on the head that I still have to do research on.
Oh, yeah, you do.
I'm gonna head to the car, see if I can't make more progress with that while the meeting is going on, if you do not mind, if you all do not mind.
Okay, yeah, we've got more important things to discuss, Ray says.
Take me with you. I don't want to be here anymore.
Do you want to help me research it's a severed head, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to help me research a severed head of a shadow person?
Sure.
Okay.
7S.
I never told Sable about the death dream.
You did not.
Don't.
But I won't.
There's a reason why Sai waited until Sable left to bring up the severed head.
Again, I
now
served
if they
in
bring
my
up
role as
if they bring up
in an
if
advisory
they bring up my
capacity.
doppelganger, then I'll mention.
All right. Yeah, if you guys, Miyuki and Sai, you head out.
Yep.
Ray slams her hands on the table to the remaining group, Shirogane, Ahiro, and Kenjiro, and say, our little Miss War Hero, I don't get crushes. Relationships, you ever think she had one?
I wanted to make a joke that it's a working relationship. She might have, but that is her personal business.
Have you guys ever had one?
No.
No.
Like, our hero just withered gaze at Ray.
Same, bestie. Me too.
I'm not allowed to, as the scroll bearer. Cassoulet abstains in solidarity on my behalf, but I told her she doesn't have to. It just sucks that, she's just so googly-eyed for this lady, and she's, like, holding herself back.
It sounds like you have your own mission, then.
Well, it could be. This is my thoughts. She's lived a long time. I'm assuming that with her constitution, maybe she had relationships and they weren't like her, and it was just made her like she felt alone with losing them. Who knows how many she could have had? And as a war hero, it could have been in battle as well.
I just think that we should ask her, and the door opens. And Sable walks in, followed by a very excited Counselor Tenno. I heard you guys wanted my opinion on matters pertaining to the Spirit Project. I wrote letters to Sister Casmil. She was very, very, very brief in all of her responses.
Yes, that sounds like her.
Sable's gonna mention, you had mentioned Earthfires last night when we were talking. Oh yes. You guys are trying to handle this curse that seems to be brewed from Susurrus's essence. Light is the natural counter to darkness. However, it's not simply darkness that is causing this. It's a binding of emotion, a binding of spiritual essence. And I believe for something like that, fire has been the more effective solution in the cleansing nature that it offers. And I was just theorizing that since you guys have discovered that fire is so effective, perhaps there is a danger with using fire for people who have such injuries like yourself. She gestures to Shirogane. And that the damage caused could be more lasting. And then also, how do you set rocks on fire? However, once we're starting to deal with the essence of life and spirits and souls, earth fire can burn all such things. That's true, but the nearest earth fires are well over hundreds of miles away in either direction.
Does fiend fire not degrade the integrity of the object it's burning?
Yeah, but it'll kill the person. There are people who have had some very promising breakthroughs in earthfire healing techniques. They say it's a more effective way to bring people back to life than diamonds themselves. But you're still... Okay, it is a possibility, but as far as I know, there's only one portable source of earthfire flames in the entire world, and it's Kargog's torch, and we're not getting it from the sigil. They were barely willing to let go the Blade of Morning, more or less one of the most famous artifacts in all of history. Counselor Sophie will rotate her jaw a little bit and say, yeah, but there was the Lost Fire conflict several years ago. They crystallized an Earthfire and stole it. Pieces of it, you can find it on the black market. Not that I would know anything about that, but a piece of crystallized Earthfire, ignite it, and it regains all of its properties. It's brief, but it could be an option.
It could be.
You've
but...
bought one, haven't you? Just a tiny sliver.
You know what? Let's try it.
I didn't say I was reticent to part with it, but you could find it elsewhere. I could get you in contact with some people who could...
Devious.
How much did it cost?
800 sea coins.
Yes.
That's an inheritance.
That's nowhere near.
Unfortunately, and with the larger the widespread of this, I don't
Sable
think
will
it'll
go
be
on a date with you
feasible.
if you give it to us. Sable turns to Ray.
I
Alhiro
turn to
chokes on
Ray.
his tea, like, immediately.
I mean, I'm not asking for a date, but it's Sable Calcaran, war hero of the Lost Fire conflict, advisor of the Empress Court, Yonenthel of the Silver Sigil. A day?
I am.
That's worth
My-
800
my-
sea coins of my time.
I am slowly turning over to her as she says that, like with the same incredulous look, like, "Oh my god, she's fangirling."
Sable, hand to her forehead, is going to say, we'll look back at all of you, and there is that same look from last night. I was trained to give anything for the mission. And she would say,
If
"In
she
exchange
sees
for
my
the crystal,
face, she will see me like with a like, "I am so sorry." Look.
in exchange for the crystal, I would happily spend a day at your estate. That would mean that the Blade of Morning does have to stay with me for the day. She'll look back to the rest of you.
That's fine. We have a backup.
Oh, splendid. It's more like a collectible at this point. But I can always get another one of these. Who gets another day with a Calgarin?
A second day.
I'm gonna cancel my meetings. And Counselor Tenel runs out of the room.
Alhiro's
I'm so
gonna
sorry for
look over at, like, Ray and Castellet just to gauge
Ray-
their reactions,
Oh yeah,
to...
yeah. Castellet is like behind Sable, and she is mouthing things. And Ray's gonna, it's like, what? I'm helping. If you go through this and you tell me this isn't one of the best days of your life, I will apologize. You'll do more than apologize tomorrow. Yes, ma'am. Ray kind of looks down.
Well, she seems enthusiastic.
What does she mean she'll
Sorry.
do more than apologize?
Haven't quite thought of a sufficient
I'm sorry.
punishment yet.
I'm sorry.
It'll be-
Sable is
Well,
going to-
Shirogane, think about her punishing you by making you go cold sober for a whole month.
Stop. Shut up.
Sable's going to walk to the door to leave you guys, and she is going to stop for a moment and say, worst relationship, a denser Dorian knight who was all beauty and no brains, and best was an advisor of the Empress Court who liked to cook unique dishes. That one was about 25 years ago. Single ever since. I'm glad my life's so interesting to you guys. And closes the door.
She did have a relationship.
True fact.
That's probably the only takeaway I'm gonna
That's
have from this session,
recent.
unfortunately.
Like, okay.
Sable
Well,
is in
if
the
we
game.
get,
Wait,
I'm sorry. Please stop. Don't let me break you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
Castle
didn't mean to.
Castellet is gonna say, wait, if Sable has a heart, does Miyuki have one too?
Now that one's unlikely.
I love that. Does me give a hot? Find out.
right.
Oh,
So-
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We have a piece of earth fire which may resolve the issue, but then the other issue comes where how can we mass produce this? Like, how can we mass produce the effects of an earth fire?
Well, theoretically, we get to the greater spirit of fire first, and they do that for us. No?
Oh.
Yes?
Or I don't.
I believe this is Sai's expertise as well.
Of course, he had to go work on his head game. Wait.
Hold on. Do you want to rewind that one?
Let me rewind that. That's
You
for
said
the
that.
Freudian slip.
You said that
Freudian
on
slip,
stream.
and I could not resist. I am so sorry, E.
Middle of taking his drink. When you...
I love it.
You fucking got him.
He's working on his head game with Miyuki. They're both on the head game.
Okay. All right. Well, now, Sai's unfortunately too busy working on his side projects.
Sigh.
I mean, I'm no expert at this, but maybe you have a point. Maybe you guys have a point. What if that shard combined with the help of the spirit of flame? Like, maybe that's how we can do it. This is definitely Sai's expertise.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay.
As you're giving him head pats, it's okay. Shh.
All right.
So also, Sable has really good hearing. Sable has really good hearing.
Oh yeah. She was
Ridiculously
right outside
good.
the door when you guys had that last part of the conversation. That said, is everybody cool with ending here for the night? This is about our end time.
Yeah.
Sure.
It
This
was
was
a
a great
very long
session.
time.
Okay.
It's good.
Yeah.
So not only was it a great session, but I do think you've kept up that mark of 20 out of 20
Let's
banger
go!
Tales and Twist sessions.
And I will let each of you know, for those who haven't answered, Sai and Miyuki, eventually everybody will get asked about their former relationships, because it is of high interest to the lady to the girl who can't date.
Think about it.
I already know Sai's answer.
Yeah, I'm interested about Sai's relationship to his friend, and just kind of...
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that I think is very interesting when you start asking a group of very hardworking, I don't want to say pencil pushers, but kind of the people who move the cogs of the organization and stuff, of like when you start asking them about their personal lives and, who are you guys outside of your jobs?
Thankfully, they skipped over me.
So let's go. Well, you were in the room. They didn't skip over.
I was in
you
the
didn't
room.
answer.
Oh no, they skipped over me because I didn't have to answer. I was side-eyeing.
How about, does anyone have any predictions or hopes for the next session?
I hope to get answers about my blade.
Ooh.
Your blade.
I want to find out about Sai's head game.
Right.
I think we're all trying to find out about Sai's head game.
I want you to know, Shadow,
the
I
greater
do
mystery.
take notes on your guys' predictions and hopes. And
I know, I'm kidding.
It's in my notes. Sai's head game.
You can't stop it.
Head game is...
Oh, there is, for me, there's still, like, this is less a prediction and more like, if they're, I'm going to put air quotes here, date or day together involves them going out into the city, I'm afraid of them running into my doppelganger.
Oh, that's fair.
What's with you and doppelgangers lately, Ramon?
I don't know.
Yeah, you
I
guys
have
haven't
one.
actually explored that yet.
Well,
I
if we're still in the city, yeah, might as well do that next time.
Speaking of doppelgangers, loose prediction is I'm going to be having to deal with that. Be sent to the fern room again.
But at least
Um,
this, ideally, you have more information.
Ideally, I'll have more information for her, but I have also a feeling that this is going to be one of those I might need to ask a favor of her next session.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I don't
Mm.
rewrite or like careen or change the story for your guys' predictions, but I do try and like if any of your hopes are in line with like the things that I'm doing, I do try and get them like a little bit like cooler and bigger. So I did take notes on all of that, but I do just like asking that to kind of see where everybody's at.
Yeah.
How about did any player make space for another to contribute?
Jordan.
Yeah, because I was about to say, I feel like there were several moments with Shirogane on the cart for everyone else.
I'm
Yeah,
going to
it was
also-
it was kind of like a very open scene. I was very into it.
Yeah. Open scene, just open range talk conversation is fun.
What'd you have?
I was going to also bring up the very basic. Hey, can at least Kenjiro finish his story? Like, can you all
Yes.
stop interrupting him?
Yes, but I do
I gave up.
advise killing your enemies. It is in like rule page 1 of the Silver Sigil handbook. Kill people who stand in your way. But no.
Yeah,
Final
well, we're
question.
like, yes, Sable, but we talk no jutsu first, then we kill.
Yeah, you guys didn't run headfirst into my ninja swarm too when I had that. So it's very
Not yet.
on brand for this group. So was there a meaningful moment for your character this session?
Yes. You gave me hope for something I've been dreaming about since pre-sessions.
That's good. And you met
That's meaningful for me.
one of the only people in the world who could identify or, potentially point out what your mysterious artifact is. Okay. 3 experience for tonight. Our next session is going to be on the 26th of May. I should be game to play that day. But as always, I will be flexible to you guys. So if we need to reschedule or stuff, just let me know ahead of
Yay!
time.
I got points.
I will unfortunately be unavailable because I'm going to Critical Role Live that night.
Woo! Do you
Ooh.
want us to reschedule? Because I could play. Well, let's have these conversations in your group.
Yeah.
So that way they're in text. But yeah, I'll be flexible to you guys. And then worst comes to worst, we can do a split session in the estate or around the city. And I can offer you some other content. Okay. Thank you all for watching. If you have been watching, and you're free to hang out with us